In this video, I'm going to be showing you what I eat in a day as a vegan athlete that does CrossFit and heavy workouts for 3 to 4 days per week. And I try to hit between 120 to 150 grams of protein and stay close to 2000 calories. And today I'm feeling lazy and I'm gonna show you the lazy person edition of what I eat and how I hit 130 grams of protein today. Let's get started. For breakfast, I typically have overnight oats, but I don't have that ready today. So I'm gonna be making a high protein smoothie. And for this, typically I add oats, hemp seeds, which provides around 10 grams of protein, and then protein powder, of course, which provides 24 grams of protein. But there's a surprise element. I recently found out that you can actually add tofu to the smoothies and they turn out perfectly fine and they absorb all the flavors from the rest of the items. And I also typically add like some mixed berries and some dates because they're like superfoods and it turns out really yummy. But with tofu, it's going to be really high protein packed and I loved it the last time I tried it. So I'm going to do that again. So come watch me make my smoothie. So I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons of flax seeds. These are really good for omega-3s and omega-6 and omega-9s. These are low in calories too. And then I have the hemp seeds, which 30 grams of this provides 10 grams of protein, which is really, really good. And then for tofu, this is what I was talking about. This is 200 grams of tofu, which I try to consume every day in different forms like baked tofu or air fried tofu. But this is just like really, really easy to make. And then you just throw it in smoothies. And last time I tried it, it turned out to be really good. I feel like for tofu, you really need other flavors. That's why I'm adding the dates and berries. And most importantly, oat milk. I have about a cup. Typically, this is not how much I add. I try to go less on the milk, but because I'm adding tofu, I feel like oat milk is pretty much needed. Alright, so I have been trying this particular brand. I feel like this goes really well with oatmeal and smoothies rather than as a shake by itself. So I'm going to use this one. And this also has the amino acid profiles and this is a complete source of protein and it gives 24 grams. You could probably also add 2 scoops, but I'm just gonna add 1 because there's already a lot of stuff going on here. So I have like just 3 dates here and you can add more, but again, I'm gonna keep these 2 minimal. So I give a mix of all of the flavors. And for the berries, I'm just gonna measure them with my heart. Again, these are really good for your health, for all sorts of micronutrients. Yeah, typically frozen berries are easy, but I prefer regular one whenever I have a chance to add these. I'll first try to blend it and see how it goes and then maybe add some water. Oh yes, and I might also add a few more nuts, just like 5 to 10 grams for that nutty flavor, which I personally like, but if you're not a fan of that, keep skip that. Alright, here's my smoothie. I did end up adding a half a frozen banana and some more dates to add more flavor, some water to make it less thick. It actually is good, and the only thing I would have done differently is to add some protein powder that's more chocolate or cocoa or peanut butter flavor to just instead of vanilla. But otherwise, this is still good. Again, this has 55 grams of protein with tofu and the protein powder and hemp seeds. But again, there's a lot of solids in here, so you probably need a bit more oat milk and water or some sort of milk. But I'm trying to keep it lean, so this is how it is. Yeah, that's my breakfast. So let me know in the comments if you typically tend to add tofu in your smoothies. Hey, if you're getting any value from this video, do hit that subscribe button for more such videos coming up on this channel. So for me personally, this particular one, it was probably a little bit too much tofu. It was all fine. I added a little bit of water and I was so full from my breakfast. So it's been a couple of hours and I plan to make this Mediterranean bowl with some rice, cauliflower, some vegan feta cheese, and mainly some chickpeas for some protein. This has around 15 grams of protein, and the chickpeas from the can, and then throw them in the air fryer for a bit, and just like typically I would roast it, but like I mentioned, this is the lazy person version, and I am lazy today, so let's get started. I also have some leftover rice from yesterday. This would have around 500 calories and has enough fiber and some protein. Let's get started. There's a lot of flavors and texture here. And the onions, they really add some crunch to this. I really like crunchies. Everything's just like properly cooked and it didn't even take a lot of time. I'm just gonna enjoy my bowl. Alright, for the Mediterranean bowl itself, I kind of took some help from my wife, but it's really easy to make. Basically, just chickpeas. We started by air frying it with some flavor and seasonings, and then cauliflower also we did the same. Had to add some little bit of oil. I try to keep the oil very minimal, and then rest of it was just like onions, and then on the rice, I added some soy sauce just for some flavoring and like for color. And then we came up with this particular sauce, which is vegan mayo plus sriracha, just spicy mayo. Essentially, I really love this for everything I have. It also doesn't have a lot of calories, so that's good. I only added 1 tablespoon of the mayo and then a little bit of the dairy-free feta crumbles. So that's just for some taste. And overall, this is what it looks like. A few strips of avocado, and then it just looks so yummy. I can't wait to have it. It's really healthy, and this one particularly has around 500 calories and 15 grams of protein this morning with the breakfast. So that's the bowl. I'm gonna enjoy it, and then I'll show you around for dinner. So that was my lunch, and this is a rest day today. And I've been doing some just cardio here and there and trying to increase my number of steps today. And here for my dinner, I will be having TVP tacos with some avocado and some sauce. Like I mentioned, this is the lazy version. I already prepped my TVP earlier. And TVP, for some of you that are not aware, is basically similar to soy chunks or soya chunks. This one particularly gives you 33 grams of protein for 69 grams TVP, and the best part is it's very versatile and it's not as hard as it is to cook soya chunks. This one's easier to boil and then just like toss it in. I made this using some Indian spices. This one's very easy. I'm gonna be warming up some tortillas, add this, and then add some avocado and some sauce. That's it. That's my dinner. Like I mentioned, it's very easy to make. I typically use low carb tortillas, but today this is all I have, the regular tortillas. And they're not really that much high in calories either. I mean, that looks really yummy, and the sauce just does the trick. It's a jalapeno sauce that I got from Trader Joe's, and some good old avocados. So not bad for a dinner with 33 grams of protein, right? I usually finish my day with some good old protein powder to supplement some protein and bringing it all the way up to 130 grams of protein for the day and exactly 2000 calories. I will be showing you the macros on MyFitnessPal app after this, but look, I just mix it with water and then add some creatine. I take creatine 5 grams every day. So I will be walking you over through the MyFitnessPal app for the quick summary of all the different macros. Alright, so here are the macros for today's meals. And as promised, this is on the MyFitnessPal app. And you can see that there is the total number of calories itself is like less than 2000. And then all of the protein adds up to 130 plus grams. And the bulk of it comes from some of the TVP, tofu from the smoothie, some chickpeas, of course the protein shake. But this is the breakfast, and as you can see, is less than 500 calories, like I mentioned. All the good stuff that goes in the smoothie, which really kept me full. And then for the lunch, it was quite light, but it was also protein packed, but not as much as the breakfast. And it was around 650 calories. And the dinner itself, like I mentioned, the bulk of the protein comes from TVP, but overall adds up to around 850 calories and everything around 2000. I did not provide any room for snacks because like this is targeting specifically 2000, but you can always adjust based on the sauce that you add or the oil that you add and try to include some snacks if you'd like or cut down on some of these. But this is just something that I wanted to show specifically for the lazy person edition. Right, so hope you like it. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Basically the macros. And if you did like this video, do watch this other video where I show you my process for making these high protein vegan meal prep that I do on every Sunday pretty much. I try to bring some variations by making them baked versus air fried every week, but it's basically show you my process. Check out that video and I will see you in that video.